Please be seated. It is a joy to welcome you to this worship service today as we labor together in worship and are surrounded by the loving labor of Jesus Christ, who calls us one. If you are worshiping with us for the first time, I welcome you and look forward to greeting you and invite you to fill out the blue and white welcome card and place it in the offering plate that we might to get to know you more fully. And I'd ask each of you to pass the red Ritual of Friendship pad to your neighbor that we might know each other by name. Fall is here, and we have a full range of opportunities for service, for nurture through education and worship and fellowship. And I'd ask that you take a little extra time to look into your bulletin at the various tiles of all the opportunities to be engaged with God in this place and in the world. Our intro talked about God sealing our heart, and there's something in that bulletin this morning which will seal your heart and bring newness of life to you. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Chaddick to come forward to talk about New Day. It was a program that he has developed and has been a real gift to our city.
Thank you, David. Good morning. This past week, Second Presbyterian Church celebrated the 28th anniversary of Centerpoint Counseling, which was established to care for the needs of church members and people in the larger Indianapolis community. This counseling ministry was first the dream of Dr. Enright and the task force that he established, which was led by Elder Bill Roberts. In their great wisdom, they called Dr. George Boyle to serve as their first director. They also called some young guy who's not so young anymore and used to have a whole lot more hair, that was fresh out of seminary to come help and get things started. The mission of the counseling ministry was to help individuals, couples, and families grow in their love of God and one another. From its beginning with a staff of 2, this ministry has grown to include 10 counselors, 10 therapists, made up of mental health counselors, marriage and family therapists, clinical social workers, addiction counselors, and pastoral counselors. But as David mentioned, I come today to share with you about our New Day ministry, which is for children and families who have been impacted by divorce. As another anniversary, New Day started 12 years ago this month. And so far, we have cared for over 200 families, which included 241 adults and 380 children. This fall, nearly 80% of the families that are returning from last year. And there are 29 families that are currently enrolled. And due to the financial challenges of divorce, New Day is free to our families. Our families come twice a month for dinner, and then the children and parents break out into age-appropriate groups. We work with the children from junior high age all the way down to preschool. We also have a brief educational time for the adults to share with them about how divorce impacts upon children, and then they move out to their own adult support groups. We end the evening in a big circle for a time of reciting our New Day prayer. Over the years, churches have not been a very safe place for families that have been impacted by divorce, and many families leave the church and never return. But one New Day parent told me last fall the story of her 4-year-old son, who pointed at our church as they drove by one day and said, "Look, Mom, there's our church." What warmed my heart about this story was that I know that this family had never gone to church. Now it is actually their divorce and our New Day ministry which opens this family to the possibility of faith and church, especially for this little guy. If you are interested in volunteering to help facilitate a group at New Day, please drop a note in the offering plate or contact me this week. We have a training scheduled for next Saturday morning. If you would like to make a donation to help support this ministry, there are New Day envelopes in your pew rack, and our New Day families and I thank you. Please pray and keep these families and our ministry in your prayers.